You guys, oh my God. I'm back for 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. Okay, like before I get into the majesty of Corey and Evelyn, can we please talk about the links down below my Patreon account, okay? Become a member here by clicking the join button. I have a PayPal, Cash App. Thank you so much to people who give to me. It is greatly appreciated, greatly needed, okay? So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Somebody dropped me some money today. You know, it wasn't nothing but I think like $20. And I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I needed that. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, okay? So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this now that I said that. Corey goes to Evelyn's dad to ask for his blessing to propose. And that Spanish is getting better, but it's still tough. So he had to go ahead and read what to say to ask for her hand in marriage. And the daddy is like, I'm good. It's Evelyn you need to worry about. We all know that, okay? Evelyn ain't never wanted to get married. She didn't never see marriage in the cards for her. That was never something that she really wanted to do, okay? So the fact that Corey is pushing it so hard makes me feel like he's just trying to make this huge step to kind of propel himself forward from losing his father. And even though I think everything turned out great, I still don't know if that was a solid decision. And that's what I'm gonna say about it. And then we're gonna get back into the mushiness of it, okay? So after he finishes breaking ground with Evelyn's dad, okay, like he had to go and do some work to have that conversation with him. He sets up this whole thing. There's a hot air balloon, and of course they're scared at first. And y'all, that flame kept going in and out over and over like that. Is it supposed to be like that? That had my nerves bad. But they were like held down by ribbon, by rope, so they actually didn't go into the air. And she said, you know, out here everything is very like sketchy. So if you die, you know, that's it. You're dead. And I'm just like, oh Lord, I'm nervous for them. So the fact that they weren't actually that far off the ground and connected to a whole bunch of rope, that made me feel better about the situation, but it was so nice. Corey's plan was to go up into the air and have her see this huge sign he created on the ground to ask her to marry him, but it was too far away, so she couldn't see it when it went up into the balloon, so they had to come back down. But it was still cool, it was still nice, it was still beautiful to look at. It was a sunset, so it was a look, okay? And then he walks her over with, you know, blindfold. He blindfolded her the entire time, and her eyes having to readjust to light was painful every time, and she had to let us know about it. Oh Lord, Evelyn, you know, you are who you are, love. You are who you are. So he gets down on one knee, you know, once he's taken the blindfold off and shows her where they are on the beach and everything. And the rock is righteous. The rock is righteous. Solitaire, okay? It looked like an emerald cut. I couldn't tell because they didn't give us a close-up. But it was a solitaire, okay? Something tells me son put all of his good money into that, okay? That was not a cheap ring. I mean, I really want to say it looked like more than 2.5 to 3 carats. Like, whoa. Like, right around up in there. I could be wrong, you know. I really didn't get a good look at it, but from what I saw, whoo. Good job. Good job. So after a lot of hemming and hawing, and you know, that's a really big question, she actually does say yes. And we're all very surprised. So surprised. But in the confessional, Evelyn said some real stuff, y'all. She said that sometimes she doesn't feel worthy of him. And she knows that she can come off like she's mean. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't love him. And that made me feel like her aggravation, her meanness is a sign of insecurity based off of the life that she has lived. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the men talking about her on the beach and making fun of him, all of that was an extension of how she felt, and it was embarrassing for her. So I feel like there was an insecurity there that was keeping her from fully accepting and being able to treasure the type of person that Corey is. And right now she seems that, you know, she understands how blessed she is to have somebody so sweet who loves her and wants to take care of her and would move all the way across the world to be with her. Like, this was a great sacrifice for him when she didn't even know if she wanted to be with him. And she's still saying that she agreed to the engagement, but that doesn't mean she's going to rush into a marriage, which still gives you, you know, room for pause. So it's like, are you saying yes because his dad just died, or are you saying yes because you really want to marry him? I hope it's because you really want to marry him, because he's super, super sweet. And you seem like you need somebody like that instead of picking people that are flawed, like I think that X is. I don't know, something about that. The X make me feel like he flawed. But yeah, y'all, it was very sweet what all went down with Corey and Evelyn. Let's go ahead and move on. Y'all, Jenny and her little intro was so sad. Why they had that lady looking all rough like that? Like somebody could have brushed her hair or something. She was just like Eeyore. Like, oh Lord, somebody help her. So she's leaving India. She's still in shock. She's sad. She really thought it would work out with she and Sumit. And it's hard. You know, it's hard to be mad at him because she loves him so much. So Sumit comes in and he wants to be with Jenny, and he admits that he should have been honest with her and that he should have said something. But she was like, this has been the best 6 months of my life. I don't regret it. You know, she still loves him. She understands. And in the confessional, y'all, she was like, we really do love one another. We're not lying. We really do love one another. And I just want everybody to know that he's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. It's just his culture and he can't go against his parents. But he's a good guy. You know, I just felt so bad for Jenny. And I want to say, Jenny and Sumit, I think we know that y'all love each other. Like, I felt like it was real for a minute now. Like, it all, because he's not getting anything out of it. He's not getting any money out of it. He was paying for that apartment and all of that, I believe. She might have been helping with stuff, but I believe he was paying for that apartment. And not only that, but it's not like they were trying to go to America. That's never been the conversation either. So I think that somehow Sumit and Jenny actually really loved each other and wanted to be together, but the circumstances are just hard. And for Sumit, it's difficult. But once she's leaving, the realization setting in that this is happening for the second time. And he really wanted them to be together and work out. So he says that he's going to fight for her. He's going to fight harder because he doesn't want to be married to his wife. He doesn't want to be in that relationship. And I'm willing to see how, you know, what he does and what he actually ends up doing. Because right now I'm feeling like you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You still under your parental control over there. You ain't gonna do nothing. But I feel bad for Jenny because now she has to go back home and get her life back together. But I know she doesn't regret it because she loves him. And, you know, y'all gave us good TV, so I'm not mad. Devin and Ji-hoon go and have this traditional Korean wedding. And she has to get into their traditional hanbok. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. But it's their traditional dress and it's very heavy and hot, but it's beautiful. It's very beautiful, but it's so awkward, you guys, because she totally wasn't expecting to have to go through any of this. She, you know, wanted her family to be there. So it was like all of this uncomfortableness. But two of Ji-hoon's aunts were there and they thought she was very pretty and she looked Korean. So they were happy about that. And they have a dress already picked out and everything. When she puts the dress on, I thought she looked great as well. But Ji-hoon was like, I picked a good wife because it's hard to look good in a handbook. It's hard to look good in that. And she looked like she was born to wear it. So even though she felt like she looked ridiculous, everybody else thought she looked gorgeous. I thought she did too. I thought it was very, very beautiful. All of the dress and the extravagance of it and the way she looked in it. I think she did look very beautiful. And then Ji-hoon comes out in the traditional garb and he's dancing and joking. And she's like, don't wake up the baby. You know, just another example of him being a child. But it also made her laugh and she was uncomfortable. So it kind of made her feel a little bit better. So they finish dressing her and then they have to show her how to bow to his parents. So like the lady is like forcing her back down and she has to hold her arms up like this the entire time. And that's really uncomfortable. And when they finally finish the bowing, she has to sit down and that's tough. And like it's a whole situation. And then there's all this food and these little brown balls that the parents are going to throw into this cloth that she's holding. It's embroidered, really beautiful cloth that they're holding between them. And however many balls get into the cloth, that's how many, you know, more kids they're supposed to have. And it's like, no. Like, no, this is cute, but no. No, we're not having 7 more kids because y'all threw little balls into a large cloth that was right across from you. We're not doing that. That's too much. But I do appreciate the traditional, ness of it all. And then he had to eat like a piece of something. I wasn't sure what it was, but it had a seed on the inside. Whoever has the seed is supposed to be the slave. Like, okay. And she ended up getting the seed. But Jihoon was like, I'm just enjoying it. But we all know who has the power in this relationship, and it's Devin. Okay? It's Devin. He knows it's Devin. We know it's Devin. Everybody knows that it's Devin. So then he has to pick her up and put her on his back. And the longer he walks around with her, the bigger the house they'll have. So they're going to have a small house just like his parents because he couldn't carry her that far because she bigger than him. Oh, Lord, that was funny. But she was having a good time by the time they got to that point. So it was enjoyable. It was funny to watch. It was interesting to see what somebody else's culture is like. I think it's funny that Korean people have like this tradition, but it's not so serious. It's almost kind of, like a fun comical thing to do. I just wasn't expecting that, but I thought it was interesting. And let's move on to Tiffany and Ronald. So, y'all, they're about to leave, okay? Tiffany and her son Daniel are about to leave with Ronald's baby in her womb. And they call over, like, one of those counselor guys from the wellness clinic that he was at when he went in, got help. And he ain't really seeing the point of this, so he kind of seemed agitated, but she really wants to make sure that he has support when she leaves because she feels like it's going to be very hard for him to watch her walk away, to watch her leave. And the man says that he will make sure that he is there and that they have like a step-by-step thing to do to help him stay focused on his sobriety and not go back to doing anything that will put their lives in jeopardy or their money in jeopardy because he can't handle it in the moment, So she's still worried about it, and they go ahead and go to the airport, and Daniel and Ronald are like boohoo crying, and he has to run back to them and get another hug. Like, it was so sad. It was so sad, and I don't know, something about it really softened me to Ronald because sometimes he can seem a little sketchy to me, like a little abrasive. Ain't nothing wrong with being abrasive. But, it's just sometimes for men, it can come off as if there's an aggression that is going to pop up at any moment. You know what I'm saying? And as women, I feel like, especially when we have kids, you have to be careful of getting with people who can't control their emotions to where you might be in a household with someone who doesn't hit you, but they are violent towards you in the way that they express themselves. So, you just got to be careful of that. And sometimes I wondered about him, but him crying right here, like, just really showed how much he loved her and that kid. And it was so sad to watch them have to like separate and leave, and then him want the hug the second time and running out of the airport. You just hoped and prayed that he wasn't running to a casino, Jesus, or a bookie. Like, Lord, please don't let him be running to the track, But I don't know what's going to happen with their relationship. Child, she don't know what's going to happen with their relationship. So you went and got married and had a baby so that you can come back to America with just you and your extra baby. Like, that just kind of seemed, I don't know, like that didn't work out the way it was planned to work out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad. It's just sad because you're breaking apart a family. Y'all are married. Y'all got another kid on the way. And he won't be there because that boy's criminal record is this long. You can't even see where my other hand is because it's that long. Okay? So yeah, y'all, that was 90 Day Fiancé the other way. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. 911 will be up tomorrow because I could not record it. And yeah, you're going to have to wait for me to watch it on Hulu. So yeah. See y'all in the next one. Peace out.